right. Okay. All right. Hi, guys. Welcome to my channel, Chaos Before Cosmos. If you guys are new here, my name's Kerry. If you've been here before, OGs and homies. Oh. All right, let's get these decks off my desk, actually, from that all 12 signs. Let's get some fresh decks out, shall we? Sending me all the jewels. The girls are sending me all the jewels today. How are you, Lena? How are you, beautiful? All right, let's get that one. Let's get, I don't know. Oh, shit. You know what I haven't done? Whoopsie. Me, I'm good. I just got to quickly check. I'll just remember. So, Capricorn was at 112 in the message. I just got to find the Aquarius timestamp for that last live stream. Fuck, where was it? I think I've got it. Hold up. She got it. Yeah, there we go. Aquarius 119. All right. I got it. All right, now shut up, Kerry. Sorry, I had to like go back and watch my own live stream just then to get the timestamp in there. I got it. All good. Don't be sorry, beautiful. People message me and I've been really bad with my messages lately. I've been bad with my correspondence lately. I'm trying to get better, but you know, we've all been busy. We've all been busy doing shit. We've all been like lifing, you know, and that's understandable. And you know, the time will happen when it's meant to happen. All right, there it is. Where is it? I just want to go in and quickly put those timestamps in so that I know, do you guys just from general consensus in the chats, do you guys find it more helpful when readings are time-stamped so that you can just quickly get into, or do you guys not mind doing a bit of scrolling? I mean, I know it's nicer when there's chapters because it's much easier, but it also shortens the duration of the view times, right? Because people just jump straight to where they want to be at. All right. Just bear with me, loves. Still daytime? It is still daytime for me. It's 11:45 a.m. It is. All right, just got to concentrate for a second. If you guys are looking to get a mini personal, pop your question in the chat below. What do you mean, like a transmission? Is that what you mean by trans? Like a transmission? Oh, Gary. Oh my God. I think that's what he meant. Am I a transmission? Sure. Absolutely. Oh my God. Can you... Wait. All right. We're almost 14 hours in front of you guys. Cool story. This one's like telling some cool stories in here. You asked, and then you told me I am. Am I? I don't know. I don't know. Some days I wake up in the morning and I think I'm a fucking unicorn, but apparently I'm not. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Virgo. Just don't get these wrong, Kerry. That's all. Oh, oh. Make the fairs go. We'll just time you out, all right? We don't want any of your nonsense for 86,000 seconds. What is is that like a 24-hour ban? Is that what that is, DR? I think that's what it is. Like, come on, man. Like, it has to, 86K fucking seconds. Like, oh, hectic. Like fucking intense. Such a large number. Oh my God. I just don't know about humans sometimes. I get very confused by the human race. Like in my mind's still like, after an interaction like that, my mind still prattles off like more comebacks that like I can't say online, that I can't say out loud. Usually my head's just going in like, oh, I was pretty funny just then in my own head, just FYI. Oh my God. Yeah. All right. Pisces. Hang on. No, we're all good. All right. Sweet. Timestamp's done. Look at her go. You always go the maximum punishment. Max punishment. All right. Let's get back into the chat over here because, like, it's a bit hard to see you guys all the way over there. Oh, alrighty. 80K seconds would have been too short. No, we needed the extra. Yeah, we needed the extra 600 seconds. 100 fucking percent. I wholeheartedly agree with your executive decision there. Wholeheartedly. Your ex-wife stole your clothes. Why do women do shit like that? Oh my God. Well, Nathaniel, I'm not your ex-wife. I didn't steal your clothes. But my condolences to you for the loss of your clothing. That's terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible. Are you sure she didn't just take them so that she could wash them, buddy? Like, you don't know. Maybe she just took them so she could wash them for you. Just a thought. Oh my God. I get that a lot. You look like this person I saw. You look like this person. You look like that person. I'm like, fuck, where are these people? Where are these people? Let's all do a side-by-side, doppelganger fucking photo shoot or some shit, Yeah, maybe she folded them, put them away for him. She did his laundry. I didn't have nothing but 4 pairs of pants and 2 shirts. Is that what she left you with? 4 pairs of pants and 2 shirts? Or she took the 4 pairs of pants and the 2 shirts you had? Because, man, that'd be even more brutal, right? The poor man only had 4 pairs of pants and 2 shirts, and she took that. That's one scorned ex-wife, right? It leads me to ask, Nathaniel, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do? Or what bubble of hers did you burst that she decided to retaliate because you caught her out with some shit? Because there are only 2 reasons, right? Why people go fucking a little bit off the rails. You still, well, that's a bit of an eye for an eye. Did the neighbors do anything to you that required, theft of their clothing? unless the neighbor was involved, in the breakdown of your marriage somehow, in which case, fair call, fair call. Not that I'm condoning any kind of revenge plots, but oh my God. Neighbor stole. Yeah, yeah. It was just like a chain, like a chain effect, right? Like she stole his clothes, he stole somebody else's clothes, they stole somebody else's clothes, right? And they all met somewhere and were like, hey, that's mine, right? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Can we turn this into a bad joke? No. It already sounds like one. Would have been better four shirts and two pants. Yeah, I agree, right? I agree. You want to change up your top. Well, I don't know. Do you want to change up your top more than you do your pants? Do we have a one wear wash rule, or do we wear pants more than once? What's the general consensus on how many times you can wear a pair of pants before they have to go in the wash? Banana, what did you miss? Some really vital advice. No, nothing. Just nonsense. Just a little bit of nonsense. Joshua, do you prefer Joshua or Josh? Joshua. Oh my God. But no, you didn't miss much, baby. You didn't miss much. We've missed you though. We've missed you. Legs is doing good. He's at work at the moment. He fuck man. Kudos, you know what? Kudos to Legs. You know what? Like I don't know how he handles me or how he deals with me or puts up with me, but he does it flawlessly. I'd look. He could be listening, right? Now, Legs, if you are listening, don't go getting a big fucking head here and thinking that you're God's gift to fucking women, all right? But he does. He does a really good job putting up with me. I'm a Leo, right? I'm demanding. I have, my Mercury's in Leo. He gets wrought at a lot, but like I said, he handles it well, right? He handles it well. He does not tiptoe around me. Okay, sometimes he does. He sometimes tiptoes, but no, he puts up with a lot. If we had to look at who's luckier, I'm definitely the lucky one that somebody can actually it's not that he only just puts up with it, he somehow sees value in my shit. He sees value in my shit. So yeah, I'm not an easy person to live with. Even after yesterday when I said I was going to get off here and I wasn't going to do any mundane tasks and I wasn't going to, be domesticated goddess, I continued on my domestic goddess journey of making this. And because again, once upon a time, I've been in this house for, this is going into my sixth year. So I'm in my sixth year of living here. And at one point, this house used to be a home, and then it turned into a house for a long time. And, then I had my rock bottom and came back out, and it was still a house. And it's funny because it's starting to look like a home again. So, I had like a lot of pot plants back in the day when when it was a home here, and then I was like, I could be fucked with pot plant, I could be fucked with anything, like the outside was a mess, and not like feral, but just like I just wasn't giving the home as much attention as I used to. Obviously, when I was on my own as well, single mum, like I had too much to juggle to worry about all of that. But it's I'm just noticing there's a lot of nesting going on at the moment, and I ended up yesterday high pressure cleaning the concrete under the back veranda because it's getting close to summer and the kids are going to all be out here and barefoot and running around, and I just want everything to be nice, and was watering all the plants and planting some cuttings that he'd brought home and things like that. So I did that yesterday, and I've still got a little bit of high pressure cleaning to go. But yeah, at the moment he's building benches in the shed, which is where I've always done all my jewelry work and stuff like that. So because he's a lot like me actually, in the sense that we both love doing like projects, restoration projects, wood restoration, building stuff, making things. So we needed like a good space to like both of us be able to work. And the way that I had the shed set up was pretty much, just for me. So studio is still my space. So this is still my space, my room. But yeah, we've adjusted some things in the rest of the house to accommodate for coming together of families and everybody being under the one roof. So yeah, it's just weird that my house is starting to look like a home again after such a long time. And it's just weird because it's not like, I feel like I said the other day, like I feel like I've moved house recently. Even though I haven't moved, I've gone through every cupboard, every wardrobe, everything's been, moved and changed around. Like the kids have been moved rooms and all sorts. So it does feel like I've moved house a little bit, to be honest. But otherwise, he's doing good putting up with my shit. He's got a lot on his plate at the moment. But he is definitely handling himself very, very well. But yeah, like we communicate a lot. I think we're both very mindful of the fact that there's a lot of changes happening at the moment, like for both of us. So, and change can be scary, like, especially like for those of us that, went through our healing journeys of singlehood and celibacies and all of that stuff, right? I'm not going to say it's not a challenge to open up and let somebody in and trust them with everything that you've built and whatever. But this is again where like I'm having to remember all the lessons that I've learned, right? And that I can, instill my boundaries and I can express how I'm feeling and I can, again, conversate about these things to find resolutions as opposed to sitting in silence and suffering, and obviously the other option, again, let you know when situations don't work for you, walking away from them. But, it's also about recognizing, guys, as well, about like giving something a fucking chance, none of us are perfect. The older we get, the more our quirks have kind of set in, the more rigid we sometimes can become. But, my advice to any guys that are going to be stepping into relationships or, you meet somebody and it's just a different energy, but you may still find that old patterns pop up and things like that. And I've been finding that. I've been seeing that, and instead of reacting or responding the same way I would to triggers in the past, I've been taking different approaches and finding that they're having different solutions, different outcomes. So I'm getting more used to, like expressing when I don't like something or when I do like something, or again, my boundaries and things like that, without fears of, rejection or abandonment or things like that. Because at the end of the day, if he wants to leave, he can leave. That's fine. I'm not holding him captive. I don't have abandonment issues anymore that I too either would stick around in a bad situation. So we've got our self-worth and our values intact enough that, we're not going to put up with each other's shit, right? But we're also mindful of the fact that, we're both getting used to adapting to living a different living situation. And that's what it is, right? You are going to have to be adaptable. For a lot of you guys that have been in your single solid era, it is going to feel scary. It's gonna fucking be scary as fuck, trusting anybody with anything that you've built after some of the experiences that you guys have had in the past, right? But you've got to be able to differentiate between when it's your fears that are popping up and when it's a genuine spirit's trying to tell you something here. There's a concern, right? So you may also find yourself trying to constantly look for problems, when you meet new people. So just be mindful of that, guys, for those of you guys that have been single for a bit and, are getting out or cross paths with somebody, because there could be a level of resistance within you that you just don't recognize. You could confuse it for, like it feels off, but it actually doesn't feel off. It's just an old part of you that's surfacing, right? Because it's the fear of trusting somebody again, right? And believing somebody again. But I hope that we've learnt enough to remember not to just trust words, to make sure that we are actually looking at a person's actions, you may also, find yourself looking at certain things, in a person's characteristics and going, at one point in time, I didn't really value that, or I didn't really care if somebody was like that. But now that's a value, like having a partner that checks in on me every day, that asks me how I'm doing. Like, I've never had that before. I've never had a partner who, without being asked, will run to the chemist, go get shit when I'm unwell, and just show up, right? Like, there's a difference, and that's how I'm able. And it's not about comparing him to my exes. It's about comparing my experiences, how they made me feel, how I then reacted or responded to those situations. That's more so the point, right? It's a guide for me. It's not a, oh, but so-and-so used to do this, or he does that and he didn't, right? I couldn't give a fuck what my ex-husband did or didn't do, right? But what it does is it gives me a guide point of what I no longer accept, right? I no longer accept a breadcrumbed relationship, somebody who's closed off, somebody who shows me no empathy when I'm unwell, somebody who can see me struggling and doesn't step in to offer assistance, right? It's taught me that. That's what it gives me. It gives me that reminder to never settle for the same shit that I did for 11 years that completely almost destroyed my whole fucking soul, right? So it's that, and you will find yourself doing that. But don't think it's all because you miss your ex. It's not because you miss your ex. It's just you're reminding yourself of where you've been, right, to where you are right now, and to where you want to go. Okay, it's not meant to be as a, oh, I'm comparing right? Because yeah, I mean. And like, there's literally only one thing I could say that my ex-husband did differently that my current partner doesn't, which, would benefit my current partner, right? And our current situation, but it's not a big deal, right? But there's so many things that are here and present in this relationship that I've never had before, that to me is almost fucking weird, right? Like having somebody open the door for me, or just, again, not having to be asked constantly. I mean, okay, I might have had to ask him a couple of times to take the bins out, right? But again, the man's working. We've got kids we're dealing with. He spends a lot of time actively with the kids, right? We've got moving stuff going on. We've got things that we're building at the moment, so he's very, very stretched. So I can't expect him to remember everything. And men and women multitask differently, right? We just had a conversation about this in the kitchen this morning, and I said, I'm like, you are so shit at multitasking, but he tries, but again, like, it's about recognizing what our capabilities are and what they aren't. But just the little things, right? It's all the little things. It's all the little things. All the little things as everything that I never had, right? I never had that. And it's all of those little things which help to support me and to continue to hold me up. It doesn't take from me. There's nothing that gets really taken from me. I'm still at the same place that I was before we met, within myself, right? So there's nothing that's being taken from me. And there's so much there that's supporting me and nurturing me. That is what continues to help me to be able to put focus into my purpose and my path. See, because in the past, being the stay-at-home mom, the stay-at-home wife, like, I did it all for my ex-husband, right? He literally had to do fuck all, right? He didn't even mow lawns here, right? So I literally did it all. And it took away so much of my fucking time that I never had anything to invest into, my self-love, my healing, what I wanted to grow and do as my long-term goals and dreams, because I was so busy trying to be the perfect fucking wife and mother, trying to get his love, right? Just trying to get him to just love me and just see my value, right? But that never happened over the entire time. So I burnt myself out over the course of an 11-year relationship, getting nowhere, right? Because I thought, if I keep pouring into this man, eventually he's going to pour into me and support me back, and I'm going to have enough of that support to then bring these goals and dreams into fruition. And the reality was, some of you guys know, I couldn't even get my Oracle deck off the ground for 5 fucking years being attached to that man. Now, the second that I downloaded those divorce papers, right, it was like an hour or two later was the second that I started channeling the messages and the content for my Oracle deck, right? So yeah, and then that just goes to show you, right, like, when you're not supported, and there's a thing, right, people can think that they're supporting you, what, by being there, just by existing in somebody's world and showing up every day, right, as an energetic factor in somebody's world, means absolutely fuck all, right? It means absolutely fuck all, because most people out here are just fucking using each other anyway, right? So rocking up don't fucking mean anything to me, right? You being here every day while I'm pouring into you isn't for me, it's for you, right? So you being here isn't about supporting me. It's about you trying to take from me, right? And so these are the things that we've learned, right? These are the things that I've learned. This is how I can now identify. Does it take from me? Because if it takes from me, then I'm out, right? I'm not here to fucking give parts of myself away. I'm here to hold myself in whole now, you know? So, and that's how I've also been able to determine when it came to other people wanting to enter my life. This was what showed me, right? Yep, no, this one's taking energy. This one's taking sanity. This one's taking time. This one's taking whatever they wanted to fucking take, they took there. But I recognized it and was like, that's not it. That's not the one. He's not the one. That's not the relationship, right? So again, it's not about trying to compete, but you will use these things and these experiences as guideposts, as things to look at when it comes to these new relationships. But again, that warning: be mindful of your old patterns, programs, fears, right? Because of what you've been through, being projected onto these new relationships, right? And you just labeling them as that, right? And then shutting it down and closing off, right? You will know the difference between when something's really fucked and it's not, Until fireworks are going off. Well, yeah, there's that too going on, right? There's good chemistry. But it's and that's the thing, right? Like it's not all about chemistry and shit like that. Is love chemistry enough to maintain a relationship? No. What is going to maintain a relationship long term is values, morals, right? Do they align? What we want for the long term, right? Do they align? Do we align? Okay. Because if that's out of alignment, it doesn't matter how much chemistry, how much you fucking love a person, man. When it's misaligned, it's misaligned, right? We know with misalignment, we don't get the blessings. We don't get the good stuff. Okay. If it's not aligned, it's not going to be good for us. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be bad, right? But we don't want just not bad anymore, do we, guys? We want fucking good, right? We want reasons to look at this and go, this is good, right? Not that this is acceptable, right? It's no longer just settling for acceptable. We want things that are good for us, okay? But you've also got to recognize when you're actually sabotaging that goodness and trying to push it away and push it down. Because of your fears of letting go of the control, right? Because you are going to have to give up some of that control, to let that person in, And again, everybody, the way that everybody wants their relationship dynamics is different. I understand that. I tend to have the mindset of being traditional, but being somebody that holds very, very strong, or, I'm very, very in touch with my masculine energy, and I've had to be for a long time. That comes out a lot, but again, depends on what kind of relationship you're looking for. Just make sure it's aligned with your values, right? That's what's going to carry it long term. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting though. It's interesting. In the past, I've never recalled a point in time in my life where I've ever kind of, asked certain questions to myself the way that I do now, or looked at things the way that I do now, or, had that internal dialogue. Like the internal dialogue is very different now when I'm assessing these things to how it used to be. Very, very, very different. Very different. Yeah, I mean, I still do. I still like. There's still parts of me, even now that go like, wondering, am I showing up correctly? Blah blah blah, and wanting to check in on that, but not to the point of like being insecure that I'm not enough. You get what I'm saying? The checking in now is more to make sure that I'm checking in to make sure that I'm not missing, or I'm not overlooking anything when it comes to his needs. You know what I mean? And look, I'm aware of the times when I do, but again, like, that's the stuff that you got to also keep in mind, right? What's going on around you in your dynamic, like it would be a little bit silly for either one of us right now with the amount of pressure and things that we've got going on and the logistics of everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not a logistical nightmare, but there's a lot logistically happening. It would be unreasonable for either one of us to like seriously have a dig or pull each other up on something where there's a slight bit of lack at the moment, or a little bit of thought not going into, because there's so much thought going into so many other bigger things right now, that yeah, there could be some small stuff that's being overlooked, right? But like, no one's gonna fucking have a big ass fucking argument over it and go to bed mad over it. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like stuff like that, just keep in mind as well that there's gonna be a lot of pressure and stress, and both you, your partner, as you adjust to these things, right? And you've got to constantly check in with each other, right? Like, where you at, how you feeling, and the more that you can talk about that, the more you can open up that dialogue, right? The easier that dialogue then becomes, right? Long term, that dialogue becomes easier and easier. And it just becomes a natural thing, right? Like, it's not this big thing that you have to, like, build yourself up to have a conversation. It's just you have these conversations, right? So yeah, it's just lots of reprogramming happening all at the same time. So it's like letting go of old habits, patterns, routines, and bringing in new ones. As I say, that 12-12 on the clock, So yeah. But anyway, enough about me. enough about that, right? But I mean, look, it's a point of, for me, it's a point of what's the word? It's an example that I can give you guys, right? Is my own experiences. I think it's important for people to remember not to expect perfection. Yeah, our partners will make mistakes and we will too, but the important thing is whether or not each person is taking accountability, 100%. And on top of the accountability, because I mean, we can take accountability, and that's great, right? That's the first fucking step, right? Is the taking accountability. But then we've got to actually address it and change the behavior, and that can take time. That's where the patience has to come in as well, getting back to that patience. But, generally, if you see a person, you meet a person, and they take accountability this day and age, fucking latch onto that person. Don't let them the fuck go, right? Because accountability is, it's still fucking lacking, right? It's still lacking massively around us. So again, if you can find somebody that isn't afraid to admit that they fucked up, right? That's a keeper, You learned your lesson the first time. Well, not all of us do. Not all of us learn their lesson the first time. Some of us have to go through it for fucking almost half their lifetime before they get it, right? You're wondering if you can ever have that again. Hang on. Here's a bit of a question. Would you get married again? Look, paper marriage, yeah, no, I don't really care, right? When it comes to marriage, paper marriage, I've done it enough times, right? to know what it is. It's a piece of paper. Okay. I think you could potentially say that I don't respect marriage. Clearly my involvement in it and the fact that, I've been out of it, right? Like, shows that, I don't hold value in or the repercussions of not staying in my commitment of a marriage, right? It just doesn't to me, it doesn't click, right? But again, like you got to remember, right? Being Greek, right? I was raised Greek Orthodox. Greek Orthodox Church, you can't remarry if you've been divorced in a Greek Orthodox Church. So if you've been married in a Greek Orthodox Church and you get divorced, you can't be married in the Greek Church again. They don't do that, right? So, and I don't know what other religions are like or what other church groups are like, right? But some take it fucking seriously where you're just not allowed to do it. And that's different. Paper, again, it depends. We're talking paper, we're talking spiritual, we're talking religious marriage. What are we talking? What are we talking? At the end of the day, to me, did a marriage mean anything to a commitment? No, because I married a fucking liar, babes, right? I married a fucking lie. So I don't know. Do I have much faith in fucking marriage? Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. I've never been good at one. I've never succeeded at one. So I don't know if it's for me, so to speak, but what's the difference between commitment and paper marriage, right? So again, you could be spiritually married and not paper married and right? Like, so again, it just depends. That's it. It doesn't need a court system. But unfortunately, that's where then if you're not signed into a contract together with your government, then one person dies, there could be complications, blah blah blah. There is shit like that then becomes a problem, and that could be another reason why people get married. I mean, another reason people blah, 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 blah. Another reason why some people have to get married, especially if you meet somebody from a different fucking country, right? When you have no choice but to sign a piece of paper with your fucking government, so that you can live together happily ever after, right? Like, because again, we need permission from our overlords just to love and to commit to each other. We need a permission slip from the overlords, right? I don't know if you guys got that memo, but make sure you get your permission slip from the overlord, okay? Um So yeah, it just depends, right? Depends on what's important to you, what matters to you. Does it matter to you that you all have the same last name when you have babies, right? Like, it depends. Everybody's different, right? Everybody's different. But would I do it again? If I did, probably would be in secrecy. No one would fucking know about it. I wouldn't tell any of you guys. No, I'm just I can definitely say, Danielle, if I did, there would definitely be fucking opinions from people from my past and family and shit like that. Not that I have anything to do with any of those people, past or family, right? The only family that I associate with are my children. I don't have any connections to any other family members, and that's by choice. Um, besides I've made my own little family, right? I got my own little Brady bunch going on over here anyway. But yeah, it would certainly give people a lot to fucking talk about. She did it again. Oops, she did it again. Man, I've fucking done lots of shit again, but we didn't get so like over that, right? But yeah, it's I don't know. I still get here, there, and a bit everywhere on it. I just don't know where I sit with it. Why? Where do you sit with it? Where do you? What are your thoughts, guys? What are your thoughts? I mean, I feel like sometimes I'm fucking Elizabeth Taylor without the fucking money. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. James, how are you? I was like, I don't get mad, I get even. No, I'm joking. I don't get mad, I get even. I'm just scrolling. Look at me over here just scrolling some shit. Scrolling some shit. What are you? I'm like, what are you all about? Dark crypto. What are you about? What are you about? Doing good. I am good. I'm doing great. I'm doing good, James. Better than some, worse than others. Well, look, there's always somebody out there fucking doing it worse than us. Banana said, "Oh my God, my sister-in-law is Greek Orthodox. Her mum was insane about my sister-in-law's divorce from his husband. Yep. She was abusive. She was so stuck on the divorce issue that she wasn't being practical. Yeah, it's just, you know, I mean, look. Um, I well, listen, I don't give a yeah, I'm saying like this. I don't give a fuck how it makes him feel, right? Let's just disclaimer. I don't give a fuck how it makes him feel, but man, I still fucking wonder to this day, man. And it's too bad that my mama's gone, right? And I can't fucking ask her what mental fucking disorder she had that she stayed with my dad for so fucking long. Because I'll tell you what, man, that woman probably would still be alive if she divorced that man. Like, who knows, right? She might have had more sanity. She might have poured more into herself, loved herself, not gotten sick, not sacrificed herself, right? But I don't know how the fuck she didn't divorce him, right? But I'll tell you what, she was so fucking afraid of her parents and what people would say, what people would think, da 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 da. I specifically remember, and because my mum's two closest friends were both also psychic, and my mum's work friend Barbara, her work bestie Barbara, very very fucking tapped in, very tapped in. Anyway, like I remember over listening my mum and I was little, I was a little girl, right? Keep in mind, my mum died when I was 17, I remember being quite young and mum having conversations. My mum was having conversations with Barbara about twin flames, right? Man, what I wouldn't give to fucking sit down right now at my age with my mama and have fucking chats about this shit, right? But she knew she'd crossed paths with her fucking twin flame, right? I'm telling you right now, it wasn't my fucking father, right? And ladies, it is truth, right? You do marry somebody like your father. My ex-husband is exactly like my father. That's probably why they're fucking friends, right? That's probably why they're still fucking in each other's time, right? Because they're exactly the fucking same, right? So I don't know how the fuck she put and didn't divorce him, right? But man, like the shit she fucking put, it was like watching her fucking raise another fucking child, you know. And I didn't understand why she was always so frustrated with me and my misbehavior. Man, that's because she was already dealing with fucking kids, though, right? She was already dealing with fucking kids. She already had so much fucking stress in her life, right? That anything else was fucking too much, right? So of course, have a special little Leo child, right? And then you really got too much on your fucking plate, right? Because not only have you got fucking Sagittarius for a husband, she's an Aries, I'm a Leo, right? She's battling all of it, but like she literally had fucking man child, right? No wonder she had no fucking patience left when it came to me, you know? No wonder, right? But I still sit there and I fucking wonder what the fuck was she doing, man? Because, you know, and look, don't get me wrong, you know, she said jump and he said how fucking high, right? But it's because he knew he couldn't make his own decision on how high to fucking jump, man. He needed to know, right? Because he had no idea what the fuck he was doing with life. Ever since she died, he's had no idea what he's doing with life. In fact, he lost everything that he'd built over a 25-year period with my mother. He has fucking nothing now, right? My parents had a house paid off, all this shit. My dad fucking rents now, right? He's got nothing to his name. He's 70 fucking 2 years old this year and still fucking works like a dog, right? You know, because of the choices that he made. So I don't know, right? But her fear about what her parents would say because of religion, because of culture, man, she fucking stayed there, right? She stayed there, just, you know, being a fucking doormat and a fucking slave to a man child who, in my opinion, right, wasn't fucking worth it, right? Wasn't worth it. You know, she would have had a better life if she had fucking followed her heart, right? If she had fucking just said fuck off to everybody who wanted to put it on her, right? Like she had to be a certain way. No, man, like that's what I mean. That's why I was like, I'm not going out like my mama did, right? I'm not going out like my mum did, you know, appeasing everybody else's fucking needs of me, right? Like fuck that shit, man. Doesn't matter what I did, no matter if I did it exactly how they wanted it, it's never going to be good enough, right? And that's the thing, right? Like it's never enough. So you might as well, bottom line, you might as well fucking do whatever you want, right? Divorce, don't divorce, marry, don't marry, whatever the fuck, right, is right for you at the time. Okay, whatever is good for you, what's in alignment for you, your values, right, and your self-worth, that's what you do, right? But you certainly don't stay in a fucking marriage, right, just because, you know, because religion deems it to be a sin, right? But this is where as well, we should be more mindful before we get into commitment, right? We should be more mindful when we get into commitments. Now, do we want to go, do I believe in, you know, you should only ever be with one? I'm not a religious person, right? I don't read enough scripture to fucking have an opinion on that, right? But I don't look at things on that kind of level, right? I look at things from a bit of a different perspective here. Again, like you've got to separate spirituality from religion sometimes when we're talking about these kind of conversations. I just don't believe in staying in a fucking shit relationship. That's what it is. Well, no, but the thing is, like crypto, if you're staying single, right, never knowing what you're going to get, right, what you're also doing though is putting that out there into the world, right? So there's a fine line. You can't go fucking trusting everybody. We know that's reckless. But we also can't be so fucking closed off in thinking that everybody is out to get us, everybody's going to fuck us over, everybody's going to use us, right? Because if I'm sitting here knowing who I am in my fucking heart, I got to believe there's other people out there that feel that same way, that want to conduct themselves that same fucking way, right? That genuinely do want the best for everybody, right? I got to believe that. Otherwise, I can't believe in myself. You get what I'm saying? So we can't completely just dismiss every fucking other human being besides ourselves. That's unfair. That's putting everybody into the same fucking box, man. And then that means I'm different from you, you're different from me, and we're not homies anymore. We're not a tribe. We're not on the same page. right? And then we're segregated. Now we're completely separated and divided once again, right? So just be careful with having mindsets like that and how much that actually divides you from your tribe, your people, right? And what's meant to actually come into your life, right? Because saying that, those words alone, right, can create blockages for you, you know? I'm the kind of person, right? And I was saying this for a while there. I'm like, I'll allow anybody the opportunity to approach me, but bring me some fuck shit, man. You can go fuck yourself, right? That's it, right? And that's what people couldn't understand. I'm not closed off, right? I'm not trying to, I'm not a man fucking hater. I'm none of those fucking things, right? I'm actually very open. And in fact, I'm a hopeless romantic, right? I believe in love too much, right? That's my problem, right? I'm a dreamer when it comes to love and the idea of romance and things, right? I romanticize about romance. You get me? So it's not that, but don't be trying to fucking convince me that you're my match when you're not, right? Like, I know my fucking match when I know it, when I feel it, because I can feel it, right? I can feel some shit, you know? And so I don't like that when people try to tell me how I should feel or tell me what it is, or, oh, you're just trying to run away because you're scared. You're just da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? I had somebody try to do this to me, right? Basically trying to convince me that they weren't fucked on some fuck shit, right? Now, this is somebody that's now, after all of this, has come back to apologize for said behavior, right? But at the fucking time, you know, that was their positioning, right? I'm just trying to, no, cunt, you're a fucking energetic vampire. That's what you are, right? You're draining the fucking life out of me, right? And I need to get the fuck away from you, right? That's what it is. So be careful of that. You know, you got to know yourself. You got to know yourself well, okay? You got to know how things feel, right? When it feels off, when things have felt off, right? You know what that feeling feels like. When it feels right, you know what it is. So sit in it, right? Sit in yourself, let yourself feel it, right? You're going to know. You're going to know. And that's the other thing, right? So how about Dark Crypto change it to, I don't stay single because you never know what you're going to get. What if it's a nice fucking surprise, man? You know, what if the surprise is nice? You know, what if I'd said that and like I'd never allowed myself to have that opportunity, right? If you close off to it, then you're not going to get it. You know, you're going to manifest exactly what you're saying, right? Because again, thoughts are what perpetuate a reality. So start saying different, right? But you gotta make the right choices too, right? You're just as accountable to the outcome of your relationships as the person that you get into the relationship with, right? Because that's your choice. You're the one choosing it, you know? So if it doesn't align, if it's some fuck shit, what do? You choose to walk away, right? But you don't sit there and put every fucking man, every woman in the same fucking category, right? And go, everyone's the same, right? Because then you never give anyone a shot. And then, yes, you never know what you're going to get. You never know what you may or may not miss out on. And you never know if you are or aren't going to get some fuck shit. That's life, right? And hey, if we knew everything, well, life would be pretty fucking boring, man, if we knew everything up ahead. Like, what's the excitement? Where would be the excitement in life, right? But don't close yourself off with, you know, thinking that everybody's the same, because then that's, yes, what you get. Hello, Ralph. Hello. You know, what are we talking about narcissists for? Wait, I've lost something here. Probably my mind. No. Probably my mind. Oh my God. Oh, I do. Like, fucking, yeah, that's fucked. That's what your mum did. That's what that's what your sister-in-law's mum did, inviting her abusive ex to do. Yeah, I mean, shit. Like, baby, it gets worse. Mine's like, my fucking sperm donor knowing that my ex-husband wasn't paying me any child support, but my fucking sperm donor was fucking paying my ex-husband cash money to work extra on the weekends, and my ex already has a full-time fucking job, right? So my ex earning black fucking money, right? Getting paid by my fucking sperm donor while I'm sitting here just trying to fucking raise my kids, right? It's shit like that. So yeah, I feel for your sister-in-law, man, because it's some fuck shit, right? It's some fuck shit. Not much difference. So Dark Crypto, then what were your patterns, or what choice did you make twice where you got the same thing? if there was no difference between when you were married and the person that you dated for 15 years, what was there a similarity? Do you have a type? Do you have a type? Is it your type, or what you thought is your type that you're going after? Like, what can you identify? Because I'm telling you now, not everybody's the fucking same. They're not. They're actually not, They're actually not. I mean, there are so many amazing men that I know, right? Ralph, Doug, right? To prime examples, right, of outstanding fucking gentlemen, right, that I know, right? So for me to sit there and say that there are men that aren't gentlemen, that aren't respectful, that aren't divine, it would be a fucking lie. That'd be me putting every man in a box, right? And I can't do that because I respect my homies too much. I respect these men too much to put them in that box, Good night, beautiful. Good night, banana. Have a good sleep, beautiful. I mean, then we get people like the Wiggy, which could be anything, he, she, them, they, whatever. That's just, we get, energies like that. And I get it, right? I get it. I get that 99% of the fucking population are like the Wiggy, right? I get that. But that's what I'm saying, there are nice surprises out there, like what we're talking about. But yeah, I'm going to say generally it comes down to what we're choosing, what we allow ourselves to choose. Because we're the driver's seat, right? We essentially decide to get into or not get into a relationship. I just don't think love is in the cards for me. It's hard to love us. Well, look, I remember there was a good portion of time, right, when I got out of prison, and I said to myself, that the prize pool of men that I was now downgraded to dating would forever and only ever be people that have been in down that path, right? Because nobody else would ever possibly understand or have any respect for me, or see any value in my journey, or see any value in me because of my past, right? I told myself that too, and now I'm with a person who has a fucking clean record. You get what I'm saying? So don't put yourself in that box. You're going to put yourself in that box, nothing else. Okay. I've had people tell me, because of people pursuing me and me rejecting people, that maybe I'm not meant to be in a relationship, right? Maybe you're just meant to be single. Why? Why would that? Why? What? Because people want to approach me that aren't in alignment for me. That doesn't mean that I'm not meant to have love in my life. That just means people want to fucking shoot their fucking shot and get rejected. That's fine, right? But everyone loves a Simba though. How are you, Kung Fu Panda? It's been a while since you've dropped into the chats. Yeah, look, again, somebody's past is their past, right? You want to sit there and walk around forever with a fucking chip on your shoulder, walking around being scarred. That's a choice, that's a choice. We all have scars, but we don't have to fucking leave them bleeding open like fucking wounds forever. You know what I mean? Like we can choose to go find things that are going to help heal that, and then all it is but a memory, right? Something as a lesson that but it's not what defines us. Because if I let the scars of my past define me, then I should not be sitting here on this live stream right now having this conversation with you. Votes from the chat. When do you reckon Cheryl's going to meet her person? In the flesh. You'll meet them when you stop asking. You'll meet them when you stop wondering. When you stop waiting, that's when you'll find them. James, I believe there's more than one right person for everybody, right? Again, let's be realistic, right? When I was 20, the relationship that I was in at the time was right for me for a point, and then it wasn't. right? Like, this is the thing. Shit changes, people change, circumstances change, right? So there's somebody who might not have been right for you 2 years ago might be right for you in 2 more years' time, you know? Um, because people change, things do change, right? No, not everybody changes, right? Is everybody capable of it? Absolutely, right? To say no one's capable of change, man, you're full of fucking shit, right? Absolutely full of shit. But it's what I mean. It's these limiting things that we fucking sit here and tell ourselves constantly. Scars are permanent. Man, I got scars too, right? Usually I'm wearing a fucking low cut top that shows you the fucking scar that's right on my fucking chest here from a fucking domestic from between me and my ex-husband, right? But what the fuck does that mean? What, that I can't be up here and be loved by my tribe? That love's not in the cards for me because I've had a dark fucking past, man? It doesn't work like that, right? Why would you box yourself in like that? You know, and that's fine. Yeah, scars are permanent, like fucking memories, baby. That's what they are. They're memories, right? They're memories of where we've been, what we've done, what we've survived, what we've overcome. You know, don't just always fucking look at your scars, guys, as fucking what bad happened, right? Look at the fact that you fucking survived that scar. You survived that shit. You evolved from that shit. It taught you something. You got something from it, right? Not just the bad memory. You got something good from it. If it gave you awareness, if it, whatever it did, right? There's always something good, just as there is maybe something not so good, right? There's positive and negative in everything. But don't box yourself in with this idea that, oh, I'm just not going to. It's not meant for me. I'm not. Love's meant for everybody, man. Love's meant for fucking everybody, right? Love is meant for everybody. That's universal language, baby, is love, right? So it is meant for everybody. It's just that we have to work out and determine the who, what, when, where, and then how we fit into that, how we don't fit into that. Are we not fitting into it, right? Again, sometimes it's not about everybody else and what everybody else external to us is doing, right? What are we doing within ourselves to manifest that, to bring that into fruition, to make that a possibility, right? We can't always just wait for the outside to do everything for us, right? And just rock up in our lap and, you know, the perfect person. Maybe, right? What it takes for you to find that perfect person is for you to drop this mindset. Ever thought about it like that? Maybe having some faith that you will meet somebody, that there is love out there, would open that up for you. You get what I'm saying? But you don't know that because you haven't tried it. Until you try it, you can't say it doesn't work. You can't say it's not for you, right? But love is for everybody. Everybody deserves to be loved. If we weren't meant to be coupled and partnered, right? Like, again, we'd all just birth, you know, our children ourselves. There wouldn't be masculine and feminine, right? We'd all probably just be gender neutral and everything would pop out something. Everything would procreate, right? But the fact that we need divine masculine, divine feminine, right, to come together to create that life, right, is what tells me, right, that is important. That union, that balance between the energies is important, and that we all need it. We all deserve it, and we all embody it, even within ourselves, right? They are a part of your life, right? But again, like, the past doesn't have to define your present or your future. And it's a choice, right? It's a choice. I could very well, after my relationship history, my relationship history is fucked, man. After my relationship history, I should have sworn off relationships and men, right? Absolutely. But that wouldn't be me being open to opportunity, to love, to expansion, right? So what I'm seeing here and what I'm getting really deep here, right, is what it actually is that you actually have a very deep desire to actually be loved, right? And we all do. And to say that you don't would be a big fat fucking lie, right? We all do. We all display it differently. Okay. We all show that void in a different way, in the way that we behave, you know. What's the difference between love and nature? I'm not sure. Is there an actual answer to that? Is there an actual answer to that? Well, Are we talking about true love, pure love, real love? Because the one thing about true love and true nature, right, is that they're always in perpetual balance with each other, you know? But is there an actual answer? Is this a pop quiz? Did I get a B or a C or a D or an F on my test? What did I get? Where are we at time-wise? All right, we're still doing all right for time. I don't know. I'm getting it's getting warm in this room, which is funny because I had the heater on this morning, and it's actually a really lovely day outside. I get an A. Get an A for effort. What about an E? An E for effort? B minus, which is the Asian F. Oh my god. I can't even imagine, Ralph, what it's like to grow up in that environment, you know? When you're on your deathbed, I believe your thoughts will all be centered around people I've loved. Love is the only thing that makes this planet tolerable. Yeah. It's also the thing that brings us the most pain sometimes, isn't it? Dragon mums? What's a dragon mum? Is this just is are we just calling your mum a dragon? Is this a special type of mum? Is this a special breed of mum? Is there some sort of dragon mums club that I need to know about? I was like, I don't know what kind of mum I am. Probably a cooked one. I don't know. Oh, Asian mums. Dragon mums. Is that what you call them? Oh my God. Well, I mean, look, look, you guys get it with your studying in the grades. You know, as an ethnic girl, you know, like we get constant like death threats from our parents, right? It's always about, you know, like killing us, harming us, hurting us if we don't do this good thing for ourselves. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's always a double-ended sword here. I want you to do this good thing for yourself, but if you don't, I will kill you. You get what I'm saying? Like this is you know, European parenting styles. Oh my God. Too many rules, too much control in love, and nature is about survival. Is it? Is nature just about survival? Is nature just about survival? Is that all we're boiling down to? Survival? If there's control in love, it's not love. It's not love. If there's control in it, it's not love, right? Love doesn't go with control. They don't. It's like oil and water, you know? Oh, don't worry. Us Greeks, you know, have to dodge some slippers. If it's not a slipper, you got to fucking run for your life because there's a wooden spoon coming at your ass, you know? And heaven forbid if your mother breaks that wooden spoon on your ass, you're in even more fucking trouble than what you were when she first started beating your ass. You get what I'm saying? And kids these days, man, my kids get upset when I put them in timeout. Like, fuck, I'll call the police. Go on, do it. Do it. You know what I mean? We're out here, our parents are beating the shit out of us, and fucking kids are like, I'm gonna call fucking cops because you're putting me in timeout. It's abuse. Right? Like, fuck up out of here. No wire hangers. Oh my God. We have jokes actually about throwing slippers around here in my household. It never happens. Actually, no, I lie. I lie. I think I smacked him with my. I think I smacked him the other day on the butt with my with my thongs, which for you guys in the States are flip flops, right? I just thought I had to fucking make that. You know, yeah, I'm just out here just whipping his butt with my thong, right? although, although I don't think you'd have a problem with that either. But yeah, I know they don't know abuse. These kids these days, right? They don't. They got no idea. They got no idea. Kneeling on mung beans while holding books in your hand. Holy shit, man. You Asian kids go through it all right. Fuck. Be smart or else. You're like, fuck. Oh, shit. Here I'm out here just hoping that, hoping that my son's at least good enough at fucking doing something on these devices that he can make money from, right? I'm not even out here freaking going like, come on, son, read your book, right? Come on, like, I'm just out here just hoping he'll make it in something. Your mum made you kneel on lentils with arms up facing the wall. Man, fuck it. What the fuck were our parents? Man, were our parents on some fucking shit or what, right? I'm telling you right now, every one of our fucking parents deserves to fucking spend at least a fucking week in prison for the shit they put us through. I used to get like pinned down on the floor, pepper put on my tongue, fucking smack. You name it, right? Like, you name it. Soap in my mouth, man. Fuck. See, now I'm an adult. I can say fuck all I want, right? This is See, this is what happens when you start disciplining a 3-year-old for swearing, okay? They don't understand, right? And so then you start to punish kids and abuse them, and all I'm going to do is rebel against the abuse, right? By being like, fuck, 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 fuck. You get what I'm saying? Right? Thank you, mum and dad. Look what you made me. No. Fucking hell. Don't worry, I'll be the first person to blame myself if my kids are all fucked up and all over the shop, right? I like fucking our parents taking any accountability for our fucked upness, right? That's it. I'll be like, yep, it's my fault. I fucking did it, right? Whatever I did it. It's me, right? Now, how do we fix it? How do we fix it? You flinch when looking at lentils. Oh my god, they're learning from their parents' book of torture, like Well, yeah, like talk. I mean, yeah, talk about handing down some bad shit, right? Don't give you lentil soup, or I will remember that. Right? No lentil soup for Milo. Mum, I have 44 pages left of my summer reading book. I said, what? Summer reading? Like, you're doing what? You're actually doing what? Like, you do. Like, I just, yeah, because again, like we can't discipline our kids the way we were disciplined to be forced into doing the shit that we know is good for them. So we just got to fucking pray for them, hope for the fucking best, man, that them not getting an ass beating once or twice in their lifetime, right? Which would be far better. I'd say it'd be beneficial, right? Not to the point where our asses were whooped on a weekly, right? But 1 or 2 ass whoopings for some big shit, right? Doesn't fucking it certainly shows you consequence, doesn't it? Right? I mean, hey, I know all about needing consequences, needing to know the consequences for fucking actions, right? For me to stop some fucked up shit. But we can't do that with kids, right? So time out, they don't fucking care. And then it's just a drama. Get the belt, right? Yeah, whip him. No, Oh, I don't know. Do you reckon our parents got fucking pleasure out of fucking doing that? Or do they really think that was the only way? Like, here's me, gentle mum, get down on my kid's knee. And I'm trying to explain to you why it's dangerous. And they're like, we don't give a fuck, mum. We don't give a fuck why it's dangerous. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, look, I just, it's just hard. It's just hard because you just want to fucking grab them sometimes and just shake them and be like, motherfucker, you're not charismatic enough to be a fucking famous YouTuber, get off your devices, man. Like, I swear, it's every kid these days thinks they're going to be a famous YouTuber. I'm going to make millions off of fucking some viral fucking bullshit on the internet. Oh, look, they probably will because that generation of kids are also fucking dumb anyway. They all think there's some sort of value in all that shit, right? They're all up there just fucking supporting each other on that shit. Government cheese on the reservation. Yeah, I'm slapped you in the face any chance she got. Man, I bet you want to slap her back now that you're a grown-up, huh? I'll be like, yeah, go and fucking try that now, huh? And try that now, I'm all fucking grown, right? That's like the first time my mother broke the fucking stick on my brother's ass, I think it was. I think that's the point where the stick where it was like, can't beat the kids anymore, man, because I'm breaking everything on them, right? At some point, these kids are going to get so big, they're going to fucking start retaliating, right? I mean, I wonder if we did that to our parents now, right? If we discipline them now the way they will with kids, right? For their fuck shit they still do as adults, wonder how they like it, right? Mm. They could have just had a conversation with you. Well, and explain to you the importance of their self-image if you fail as an Asian boy with your studies, Ralph. Is that the kind of conversation we're talking about? Is that how this is going to go down? My mum doesn't like even boundaries. That's what I mean. Like they don't like boundaries, right? I don't like it. I don't like it. It's like I remember a time where, and this is me as a grown adult, right? Fucking ain't my daddy ain't paying my fucking bills, right? Fucking looking after me and nothing, right? Comes into my fucking house and starts chatting shit to me in my house, disrespecting me in my house. Man, I spoke to him like fucking like I would to anybody else that disrespects me, right? Like I don't care. Like as you get to an adult, man, like it's a different situation, right? You can't just let your parents do whatever they fucking want just because they think that they know better because they're parents, you know? Because most of us are parents now too, and we're not out here doing the same shit to our kids that they did to us because they look at us like we're fucking wrong, right? I mean, like imagine it, right? Some of us, our parents would fucking look at us like we're the most horrible parents if we did the shit that they did to us to our own fucking kids, right? Grandparents would be out there saving grandbabies and shit. I don't fucking smack my grandbaby, da 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 da, right? But it's all right. You beat your own fucking kid, didn't you? You get what I'm saying? Like, there's no common sense here, right? There's no sense in all of it. She came through in the reading yesterday. Oh, is that what it was? That's who it was. Okay. I was actually telling my partner last night, Milo, I was like, I had no fucking, because when I'm channeling like that and it's not just, again, when it's just straight cards, this is it. This is the story, right? But when I'm channeling, I'm channeling. This is me having to trust my intuition and my connection to spirit, right? So I still get surprised when I'm channeling and doing all that information and shit like that, and that comes out like that when it's actually resonating. Because I actually said it to my mom, like, did you see that comment? I'm like, it actually resonated. Because I think you were behind Milo in the chat. And so by the time that you had actually seen your reading and had started to comment, we were like somewhere else in the stream. And so I remember seeing your comments and being like, oh, okay, cool, right? Like fucking like I still need confirmation of my own gifts, right? After all this time and all this shit that I've predicted. And then I had somebody else send me a message last night. Oh my God, everything that you said in my last reading came to light. And I was just like, yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know why I still need validation, right? But yeah, you thought it was your ex at first. Yeah, I that's what I assumed. I actually assumed it was your ex. I didn't think mum. Yeah. You give anything to talk to your mum again? Yeah. I mean, look, I've got a good spiritual connection with my mum, although she doesn't quite love everything I do, but she's still there in support of it. But yeah, I definitely yeah, that would if that chance ever came up for sure, I would definitely take the opportunity to fucking ask my mum a lot of questions, man. I've got a lot of questions. A lot of questions. You still hide smoking from your mum? Jesus Christ, Ralph. Fucking hell, man. Right? Like and you know what's so funny? Like this is what I mean. Like so my dad's wife is Asian, and so I have a stepbrother, and I remember when he was end of primary school age, about to start high school age. So like 11, 12, 13, right? And he's putting a little bit of weight, getting a little bit chunky, right? It's all good, puppy fat. And I remember like thinking to myself, like this kid eventually, like he's just gonna fucking shoot up, mate, and he's gonna be like this tiny little fucking thing. And anyway, he is now. He's tall and he's skinny and whatever. And I just remember like fucking like dude, like my dad's wife like used to like micromanage like what he eats and shit. And I remember like I used to like any opportunity I could, anything that any event or whatever, or if I could get him over here, and I would just like fucking let him eat whatever he wanted, like just fucking give him whatever. But yeah, we used to have to hide giving him an extra piece of cake or something at an event or whatever, like because she'd things like that, because she'd get so upset about his weight, right, like, and worrying about him being overweight. Well, that's good that she's come around, Danielle. Um, but you know, has she ever apologized? Have any of these parents ever apologized? You know, I look, anytime I can identify that I've done something that, you know, wasn't great as a parent, man, the first thing I fucking do is get down on my kids' level, man, and apologize to my kids. Well, I mean, look, there's, you know, I think, James, for me, you know, the again, like the way that people are in spirit to how they are when they're here, very, very different. Again, she's not as harsh on me in spirit as she was here on this earth. And so for me, I guess, you know, the only reason was like, you know, just needing to be told I'm a good girl and she's proud of me. You know, like fucking that's pretty much it. And the truth is I know she fucking is, all right? Because again, you know, everybody does fuck shit, man, but the way that I've carried myself through and the way that I've elevated and changed my fucking life, I know that she'd be proud of it. You know, I know that she would be, even to a degree, slightly fucking envious, right? That I've followed my passions when it comes to our psychic gifts, and that's what I mean. Like my mother was psychic, you know. My grandmother was a prophet. She used to have prophetic dreams all the time. So it comes from a long line of women that were gifted, you know. And so I know she'd be proud of the fact that I'm utilizing those gifts and that I'm so passionate about them. You know, it was definitely a keen interest of hers that unfortunately we never got to share when she was alive. But, you know, I mean, look, that's what I mean. It was prophesized to my mum when I was 7 years old that this is what I'd be doing with my life. So I'm sure that when she heard that when I was seven, you know, that made her happy to know that that was going to be my path, that this was going to be my destined path. I'm sure she would have been very disappointed though with all the, you know, all the stupid shit that I harmed myself with, or that I allowed to happen, that created not so good memories in my life. You know, I'm sure she's disappointed with some of those choices, but you know, she knew, you know, she knew what I was here to do, and I'm sure she'd be proud of the fact that I finally fucking got here after all these fucking years, you know. So, and that's what I mean. It doesn't matter what any. That's for me. I have that with my mum. I have that connection. I have that knowing with her. And that's one thing that nobody can ever fucking take away from me. Not my sibling, not my fucking sperm donor, not fucking her parent. No one can fucking take away what I know to be truth between me and my mother. You know. And the fact that she would be very proud of the fact that I have stepped into my destined path and I'm fulfilling that prophecy that was told to her when I was so little. You know. As cool, you know, it's cool. It's cool that I remember that. It's cool that I remember overhearing the, you know, certain things and remember that. But yeah, I'd love to have that conversation, to be able to have that conversation with her. But you know, again, that's just my wounded inner child. You know, wanting to know mummy's proud of me, you know, and at the end of the day, I am a mother and I can be proud of myself, right? Regardless of whoever else is. It doesn't matter what I've done. You know, it matters what I'm doing right now. And what I'm doing right now is bigger than anything I've done before. And it means a lot to me and to the people that I share it with. So, you know, and not everyone's going to understand that either, nor should they, nor do I need them to. But you still don't trust your mum. Yeah, well, yeah, when trust is broken between a parent, it is hard to build, right? Especially when that's the person that gave you life, you know, when people give you life, you don't expect them to harm that life that you have, or to do anything intentionally or unintentionally to take that life away from you. You know, we don't expect that. We expect to be loved by our parents and whatever, but we also got to keep in mind not everybody wanted us, right? Not all parents wanted to be parents, right? As well. Some people have children for the wrong reasons too, you know. Yeah. But anyways, all right, my beautifuls, I'm going to jump off here. It's getting very late for you guys over in the States. You guys need to get your rest. I don't know, I might do a night stream tonight, which will be early morning for you guys, but that will be more so for the Aussie and the UK viewers that unfortunately always miss these sessions because they're either at work or asleep. So if you do see that I've gone live a little bit later, I love you guys, but I'm just trying to give to the other time zones a little bit. But I love you guys so much. Always appreciate all the chats, and again, we always get into something that means something here, and that's what's important to me, right? If this journey doesn't have any meaning, then there's no point in doing it. And it's good that you know that, James. It's good that you know that and hold that in your heart because, yeah, I know that for some of us, yeah, we don't get to, we're never going to get to hear that, but we need to know that that's the truth, that they are proud of the changes that we've made, and it is a big deal. All right, my babies, I love you guys so much. Take care of yourselves. Yeah, again, I'll either be on later tonight, tomorrow. I don't know, we go with the flow now because it's the weekend. It's Friday for me, so we go with the flow on the weekends. Usual next week will be usual next week. We are going to be back. I am going to be again pumping back up with the streams because I know again I was doing stuff. I was busy. But I've got more time to put back into the channel again, so we'll be doing that. But I thank you guys so much. Love you guys, and I will speak to you guys all soon. Mwah. Bye.